Cheese Obliterator, what's up? How's it going? Okay, we're live everywhere. We're golden. Let's pray and get started. Thank you, Jesus, for this day. God, you know I don't have much energy. I'm not feeling very lively and energetic, Lord, so I just hand that over to you, and I pray, God, that you would just help me to do good work nonetheless. Help me to just be a light to everyone on stream today, God. I pray your blessing over the stream. I pray it would go well, that I'll get great work done, and I thank you so much for everyone who's here now and might join later. In your name I pray. Amen. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. We are jumping right into it. I started stream like 2 minutes ago. We're live everywhere. As you might be able to tell, well, maybe you can't, but yesterday on stream, we finished all the volumetric lighting. And then yesterday and last night, I continued working and I started working on the water. So I got this water plugin from the Unity Asset Store. I'm led to believe that it will be performant on mobile. I still have yet to test it, but I've gotten it to where I like the look of what I've got. So let me show you guys this water. I'm trying really hard to strike the right balance because it's very easy with this plugin to make it look too realistic, and I don't want the water to look super realistic. So that's the balance that I'm trying to fight with this water. I think I've struck a good balance, like making not too much foam, just a little bit. It might still be too much though, I don't know. Very hard edges on stuff, no soft edges, so very kind of like cartoony. I don't know, it's got like some green and blue depth to it that just, it might make it look too real. So I might need to work with this some more. I do have I was playing around with some underground right here because, so technically, it's like, this is what it looks like without it. So this water looks very deep, but technically in the comic book and in the cartoon episode, when Drip knocks the final boss into the water here, the final boss is able to stand up in the water. So it's pretty shallow. It's like waist deep maybe. So I was playing around last night with putting this ground in the water to kind of like make it look shallow here. And then of course, if you as the player run into it, you won't fall into the abyss. So now technically the player will never actually be in the water because I have, let's see, let me restart and then turn on zoning. So with the zoning that I have, technically you can never get in the water. See, it's just invisible walls and you're stuck. So you as the player can never go in the water. I'm tempted to make it so the player can actually fall in the water. And then maybe if you do, maybe then it will like just reset you back to your last point. But like, we're not adding it in this game to where you can like jump in the water and swim around and stuff. If we do add water interaction, then it would just be like you hit the water and then it just teleports you back to the dock. Because right now it's just invisible. Sir Chafra, what's up? First time chat on Purple. How's it going? How'd you find my stuff? Scroufy, how's it going? Thanks for being here today. Thanks for the follow. It means a lot, dude. Wait, did you guys hear the alert sound? Did it not work again? Shoot. Did you guys hear the alert sound or no? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I didn't hear it on my end because I have it super low for me. Okay, should be good. Really weird why I didn't hear it though. OBS. Been following your TikTok for a while when you did Lego stuff. Oh, okay, cool. I still do the Lego stuff. And I've been wanting to do another Lego Batman stream. but I've been working on some stuff with it, and I don't want to stream it again until I finish those things, because this is really cool stuff. And I would hate to stream it again knowing that I have certain stuff in the works, but I'd be streaming without it, so I need to finish it. I'll try my best to finish it today. We'll see. So with this water addition that I added, I also changed the direction of the light, the sunlight, or the main like directional light. I changed the direction for the nighttime scene, because in this level, as you guys know, let me give the player some infinium real quick. Infinium. So as you move throughout this game, it progresses from day to evening to night as you go from left to right. So if I go like super, I did that again. So I go left over here. I'm just gonna drag the player. See, it's evening here, and then all the way over here, nighttime, evening. Go all the way back to the beginning, daytime, 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 evening, 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 night. So for the nighttime light settings, I actually had the lighting like, there's sun. I had the night rotation for the light. It was actually like this. It was from over there. And I liked that lighting better originally because it lights up this scene better, right? Because we want the final boss fight to take place at night, just like the comic book series. So this is good. Now this is a little bright. I did adjust some of that. Let me adjust that. So night intensity, there it is. So this was kind of how I had it before. I had the night intensity low, but still the direction of the light coming from this angle so that you could see this stuff. But then I integrated the water last night. I built this water. Actually, it doesn't look too bad like that, honestly. I think I kind of like the water being super dark like that. Maybe I will leave it like this. But so I adjusted the direction of the light for the nighttime scene so that we could have that like light reflection on the water, which I think looks really cool. But the problem with changing the light from that direction, it's really cool having that backlight there. We could even put like a moon in the sky, which I think would be cool. The boat back there looks good. It looks really nice. I like this lighting better. I think the only problem is that it makes stuff in the foreground very dark. So like this shipping container, like you can't even see the details there. And like in Drip here, you can't even see him like very well. It's very dark, which I don't like. And so like if I turn on Rampage, the final boss, he looks even worse. Look at that. Look how dark he is. Hey, thanks for the follow, Lee. School means a lot. Elizabeth, how's it going? Thanks for joining. So like I like the lighting. Let me try to describe this. Let me try to make this make sense. I love the new lighting that I've created for the environment and the level. I think it looks really cool and really good. We get really good reflection on this new water. The problem is that with the characters in the scene, the lighting is way too dark. They don't stand out enough. So I'm toying around with this idea. Let's see if this will work or not. Because like I don't want to touch the lighting of the level, but I do want to touch the lighting on the characters. The problem is if I just add, let's see. Game object, light, directional lights. Like I could add another directional light right here. Okay. And have this directional light face this direction so that we get some really nice foreground lighting. Like that. See, that looks a lot better. I'm gonna turn it a little bit more. Hold up. There's some foreground lighting. Maybe bring it down some. Change the temperature to blue because it is nighttime. See, like that looks much better on the characters, right? But now it's making, maybe it's not. Like maybe I feel like it's making the dock and the level too bright. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's fine. What do you guys think? See, that's off. That's just the environment light, but it's too dark on the character. So I turn this extra light on. No shadows. We don't need shadows on that one. That Rampage still feels very dark, like he's supposed to be red. I could adjust his texture, just brighten it up in Photoshop. See, I want like this brightness on the characters, but this brightness on the level. Does that make sense? Maybe that would look too weird. So I'm gonna try rendering layers. I'm gonna try putting Rampage on a separate render layer. Make the lighting only affect that and see if that looks nice or not. Temp MP7, what's up? How's it going? Had a scratchy throat today, so I'm slightly annoyed, but doing okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sick, but I'm feeling a little low energy this morning. So even with coffee, I'm just feeling a little low energy. So yeah, we'll see how long this lasts. Oh, way better. Nice. Okay, cool. No minifig camera? No, not today. So I alternate, Mr. Booms. I do some streams like this, the live IRL game dev, more serious, laid back, casual type stuff. And then I also do the more, obviously more entertaining Lego VTuber stuff, Minecraft VTuber stuff, gaming, all that fun stuff. I have toyed around with the idea so that I don't confuse people. I've toyed around with the idea of separating my content to 2 different channels. But that would be so frustrating to do because everything that I've built up so far, like with all the followers and everything, which I know followers doesn't really guarantee you views. It's really just how good your content is. So like I could do it. I could split it channels, but then it's just more stuff for me to stay organized with and more stuff to manage. It's just stuff. So you guys said that looks good. Okay, cool. But I do plan on doing another Lego Batman stream soon, Mr. Booms. Have you done anything interesting with the body tracking suit? Yeah, like all the character animation in this game was using that suit. You're talented, bro. Thank you so much. 0CZ means a lot. Silicon Spec, what's up? Drink Monster, I've never had an energy drink in my life, believe it or not. I drink coffee. I've got coffee right here. That's about as far as I'm gonna go with energy drinks. Okay, I want to play around with putting that extra light on a separate render layer. This might look terrible, but it might look really cool. We'll see. Okay, so directional light. I'm gonna turn Rampage on too, so we can have him there. I'm gonna move the player over to him as well, so we can see both at the same time. I'm actually gonna turn him around. Whoa. Forgot about that. I'll leave it like that. Okay. So there's our 2 characters with this extra light. Okay. I want this extra light to be a foreground. It's only going to be for the docks area. Okay, so this is our light. Let's see. It's probably too down. We need to bring it up a little bit like that. Casting no shadows, and then do we want to have it go from this angle or this angle? Probably this angle, because this direction is a lot more close to this light over here, the sunlight, which the sunlight is way over here, but yeah, it's facing that direction. I could actually have 3 lights and do like a 3-point lighting system for those cinematographers out there, you know what I mean. But let's do this. I'm just gonna go call this night. Actually, let's do docks fill light. Okay. Okay, so we will keep it directional, no shadow. Change it to filter and temperature because we need to make it a little blue because it is nighttime still. Super blue. Okay. Let me just look at that in game real quick right here. Because this is with that extra light off. So again, environment lighting looks great, but the characters are way too dark. So we turn this on. Characters look better. Maybe more intensity. Like that. But see, like it's too dark on the, or it's too bright on the level. So I'm going to play around with render layers. Render layers. Rendering layers are disabled because they have a small GPU performance cost. To enable this setting, go to the active. Oh, I wonder how bad the performance cost is. I might have to test that in mobile before I commit to it. Let's try it out and let's see if it at least looks good. Enable lighting, use rendering layers. Okay, so settings. Where is it? Lighting. Use rendering layers. Okay, so use rendering layers. Okay, so now with that light, project settings, I think I'm using layer 9 anywhere. Let me just try it with rampage, or no, wait, hold on, layer 9. Let's do docks extra lighting. Docks extra lighting will be that layer, the render layer. So then this docks fill light, let's make its render layer not the default layers, but only docks extra lighting. So now anything on the docks extra lighting layer will take that extra light. Now, let's see if this works. Go to rampage. Can you guys see this? I don't think you can see this. Select rampage's body. Whoops. Then changes rendering layer mask to docks extra lighting. And keep him on default too, because he needs the other lighting. Let me just go ahead and select all of his body pieces. Rendering layer. Oh yeah, he looks better already. Look at that. So docks fill light off. Oh, that doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like it's poorly composited or doesn't fit in the scene, right? Let me play that real quick. I just hope it's performant on mobile. Anyway, I always wanted to do that after you demoed it on TikTok. Always wanted to do what? Have you decided the game name yet? I haven't spoken to the client yet. I think it's like he says he wants to be called Tooland because that's the name of the comic book series. But I still need to talk to him about making the name a little bit more more descriptive, like Tooland: The Adventures of Drip, or Tooland: The Video Game, or something like that. I don't know. That looks a lot better, and it still looks like he fits in the game. So like if I turn docks fill light off, look at that. That's actually really nice. What do you guys think? So like we have the main light back in the sky to do the whole environment, but characters are too dark. So we turn this docks fill light on that only applies to Rampage. I might even make it a little brighter. That's not bad, that's not bad, 3.5. Like it still looks like he fits in the scene even though he's technically brighter. Like it still feels and looks like a video game, right? What do you guys think? I don't know if it was very good. Thanks for the follow. Nozzless means a lot. I had 2 devs develop a game with AI. No, I did not see that temp MP. What did the final game look like? Was it trash or was it actually good? I got 10 people wanting to buy that fake volumetric light. If anyone asks, we made it okay. Wait, for real? You got 10 people interested? There's no way. JK, but it's fire. Okay, yeah, I figured you were joking. Yeah, like I think it fits. Let me put drip there too. Or actually, hold on. Do I have? Because I don't want to add. Hold on. Oh, wait, I went back. Put it back to 3. Let me just put for testing. Oh yeah, player. So it's not the layer, it's the render layer. So I can still put him on that layer. That's fine. So geometry of the player, drip. all of his dreadlocks and drip. I'm also gonna need to do his weapons too, but this is enough for now. So let's also put him on that render layer, default and Doc's extra lighting. Yeah. It might be a little bit too bright. Let's see. Yeah, he's standing out a little bit too much, I feel like. I still might need to go into Rampage's image texture and like bump up the brightness so that it matches drips and then adjust from there. We definitely need something for the main character for sure. Maybe we just bring the sun down, or the Doc's fill light down back to 2. I could put them on separate layers, but then I'm afraid that it's going to hurt performance even more because we have multiple render layers. Let's see. Unity, URP, mobile, how bad does render layers hurt performance? Final version, will the UI touch buttons be dropped by 50% opacity fill and only be... The UI buttons here are pretty final. They're big on my screen, but they're a lot smaller on mobile devices. Oh, when pressed? Let me check. I don't think I have an opacity shift when I press the buttons, but I can check real quick. I can see the buttons being transparent and monochrome until pressed with color. Let me see. No, so the only interaction I have for the buttons is they scale up. So let me show you this. I'm not a model, 3D model, so maybe AI can help me in that area. AI is getting a little bit better with 3D modeling, but it makes really janky geometry. And a lot of times that's not going to work, especially for a game. So like I have, for the buttons, I have these, like the button scales up when you press it. And I also have something, I've talked about this a few streams ago. I made the buttons like change and be dynamic based on what you're doing or what you can do. So like right now, you can't use your cannon because you don't have any infinium in your power up bar, right? You can use all the other stuff. So this one's grayed out. Like your punch, when you punch, it shows the streaks. Same thing with your staff, you pull it out and hit with it, it shows your streaks. When you jump, just one jump, the yellow lights up the first arrow. But if you do a double jump, both arrows light up. But I think that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that in a game before. If you guys have seen something like that in a game, please let me know. Same thing with infinium. Like if I break this real quick, get some infinium, and then use my cannon, look there, it opens up. If I put it away, it's closed. Open it up, there it is, and then hit the laser button. You actually see the laser in the button, which I think is pretty cool. I've never seen that before. But if you guys have seen it, please let me know. Okay, so drip, his body, he's on Doc's extra lighting. Oh yeah, performance. Let's see this right here. You guys see this? You can't see that. Here we go. In URP, rendering layers are highly optimized for mobile, awesome, but the performance impact depends entirely on the rendering path and features used. When used correctly, their performance hit is negligible. Yes. But they can hurt frame rates if they trigger extra render passes. What do you mean by that? Forward rendering. Light layers. Negligible impact. Unity uses the standard culling mask system to emit certain lights from certain objects. Performance. Deferred rendering layers. Moderate to high impact. URP adds an extra 32-bit G buffer render target to restore the rendering layer mask. Increase memory bandwidth and decrease performance. If you use rendering layers to filter decals, you use an additional render path, which can significantly drop FPS. I think I'm using decal and deferred. Let's see. Forward. Yes. Let's go. Oh, well, I'm using forward plus. Decal used rendering layers. I can decrease this by a lot. That's for the graffiti. I'll have to test it on mobile, see what performance impact that is for us. You get the best pins render layer without taking your mobile frame rate. Stick to forward rendering. Okay, cool. Got that. Unless your game relies on massive map time. Okay, keep layers minimal. Only create rendering layers you actively use. Increasing the total count reduces memory bandwidth. Okay. Avoid overusing decal masks. Be extremely sparing when assigning rendering layer masks to decals as they heavily increase draw calls and tries. Okay. I'm only using decals for the graffiti in the metro. Forward plus. Dynamic element. Yep. It's still really. Oh no! Please keep it coming. Like any feedback you guys have, I want to hear it, and I'm totally open to all of it. Yeah, stuff that you can't use for buttons will be grayed out. Thanks, Tim. Redacted, thanks for the heart me. Thanks a lot, dude. Okay. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go with this for now. I am gonna go in here and delete layers that I'm not even using. Just in case these extra, because these come default with Unity. Why can't I delete this? I don't understand. Okay, so level and docks extra lighting. So I'm just gonna delete all these. Let's see. Doot, 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 doot. Level and docks extra lighting. Oh, shoot. Okay. So I gotta go through and put those on the docks extra lighting. Okay, and then for Rampage, where are you? All of Rampage's materials need to go to docks extra lighting. Why is it not showing up? Do I have to adjust the light too? Yes, rendering layer, docks extra lighting, boom. Okay, we're back in action. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that is performant. We're still a little bright on drip. Let me go down to 2. And then adjust this maybe. I could have, let me play around with 3-point lighting. This might be a little bit overkill. But let's try this. Dude, that water looks almost too good. Oh, wait. Okay, so here's the bad thing about this. We're not getting the brightness that I want on like this right here. Oh, wait, I can just add this to docks extra lighting. Let's do that. Where's the render layer? Render layer mask. Yeah. That's way too bright though. That's a problem. Wait, did I have the entire level on the level layer? I need to go back to the metro and check that our graffiti didn't just break. Okay, all of our graffiti's gone. Okay, except for that one. Shoot. I think I've broken something. What's that from, guys? Why can I not select the graffiti? Why can I not select it? Why can I not select the graffiti? Graffiti decals. Beacon of hope. Rendering layers. Slash. Yeah, so I just messed up everything by shifting my layers around. So I need to put everything in the metro. Not these, just in the metro. Steps collider, no. It's pretty much everything with that unnamed layer I need to switch back to level. And then we should be good. There we go, level. And then all the graffiti decals need to be default and level. Or is it just level? All these. Let's see if all of our graffiti comes back. Let's see. Level. Yes, we're back. Okay, we're back in action. I believe. But the docks. All these have unnamed on them. I wonder why that is. Should I put all of them to docks extra lighting? See, like that's too bright. That's way too bright. Levin, what's up? How's it going? What game is this? This is called Tooland. It's a mobile superhero game for a client of mine. Think mobile could handle the water graphics? I believe so, yes. According to the plugin developer and what he said on the Unity Asset Store, it is optimized for mobile, and I have simplified the graphics and quality of this water as like a lot. I still have yet to test it on my phone. We will see. I believe it will be performant, but I still need to test it. Cyanide, what's up? It's going good. How are you doing? And I'll have you guys test it too if you're up for it. What do we do? 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 Let's see it in game. Yeah, I think those shipping containers are too bright. now they're too dark. I could adjust the exposure of the nighttime settings. No, we need light. We need a light over here. Shoot, okay. Let's do docks fill light. We'll select them again. Put them back on that layer. Boop. So they receive the light, but now let's make the light a lot dimmer. Much better, select 1. So without that fill light, it looks like that, but with it, we got that. It's really good on drip now, I think. I think that's really good extra lighting on drip. I think that's enough for the main player. But Rampage still needs more. So let's change this light to 1. Set these all to yes, they receive extra lighting. Rampage body parts are yes, default and docks extra lighting. Drip is still good. Default and docks extra lighting. And then Rampage needs extra. So I could just maybe just do it twice. Add an extra docks extra lighting. Rampage extra lighting. This might be crazy what I'm doing right now. I don't know. We'll see. Rampage, all of Rampage's parts, and then add him to also Rampage extra lighting. And then this light, this docks fill light, rendering layers, docks extra light, and Rampage extra light. Oh, interesting. Okay, it only does it once. So I just need to duplicate this light and call it Rampage extra light. Shift this from docks extra light to Rampage extra light. So now Rampage is getting double light, and the player and the shipping containers are getting the docks light. So everything in the scene is getting the main environment light, which looks great for environment, but drip and Rampage and some dock elements are still a little too dark. So add a little bit of extra dock lighting to drip and Rampage and the extra dock items, and then I add even more lighting to Rampage. That's what we've got set up now. Fingers crossed that's still performant on mobile. Google tells me it is, but we still gotta test it out. I think that looks good. What you guys think? So this is off. This is just using the main environment light, okay? Then we got the docks fill light on. Boop. Adds a little bit to the player and the shipping containers and Rampage, and then add a little bit extra to Rampage. Maybe even more to Rampage. Let's bump that up to like there. Do you guys think that still fits in the game? What do you guys think about that? Yeah, I think that still fits. No. Doesn't fit. Get out of here with that. Ooh, actually 2 looks good. Like all the extra lighting. Like this essentially keeps me from having to go into the texture in Rampage's texture and increase the brightness, which that would probably be a lot cheaper. It would be a lot cheaper to do it that way. Let me also add, maybe not, but this little guy to the docks extra lighting. Yeah, so we can see the inside of that. That's good. Even the docks too, man. I don't know. If everything's needing extra lighting, but I'm just not wanting to touch the environment, maybe I should flip it and add less and less light to the environment, maybe. Select the dock planks. There we go. Docks extra lighting. That actually doesn't look bad. And then with, if I finally add some texture to the dock planks, it would look even better. Yeah, I think all of this is looking better. So let me do this instead. Dock's fill light will be on everything, so default. Rampage will only be Rampage. Dock's fill light will be on default, which is everything. But like some stuff is still too bright. Like that ship back there. Yeah, what if we just do 0.7 on the dock's fill light? Even less, 0.5. A little bit more, and then just adjust the lighting settings in the sun so that night intensity so night exposure is down. So what does that look like over here? Night exposure down. Yeah, that looks better. Instead of 6, we'll do 3.5. We'll do 4. 4 night exposure. And this extra light. I wonder why shadows aren't showing up here. Oh, because I have it so you can only have one directional light for casting shadows in the settings, that's why. So this is looking better though, so let's do 0.8 intensity on that. And then what did we do? Sun, 6 and 4. 6 and 4. And then Doc's fill light. What was it, guys? 0.8? I mean, 0.7. Looks good. And then we just need a little bit more Rampage extra light. So let's do 2. Yeah. What do you guys think? Still feels a little orange up here. Filter. 2.5 even, 2.3. Docks fill light, just make it filtered a little blue. Player might be a touch dark. What's the game about? This is a Mr. LARP. This is a side-scroller beat-em-up superhero game. So it matches the style of the old retro side-scroller games like Power Rangers, Streets of Rage, Street Fighter, where you work your way from left to right on the level, side-scroller, beating up enemies, then you have a final boss fight at the end. We need a touch more light in here. What if, this might be crazy, if we add a third light? Probably a bad idea. We'll see. Docks fill light. Another docks light just so we can see it better. And then we turn it like that. So we kind of like have a 3-point lighting system. But then, of course, dim it down by a lot. So that's 0. Let's do a little, like 0.3. Not even that much, 0.2. Now let's go see in game. Need to go refill my coffee. Does anyone in the chat drink coffee? Kason, good morning. What's up? How's it going? I was gonna go watch the Amazing Digital Show. Hope to see you. The Amazing Digital Show? What is that? First time chat, what's up? Namfa Napets, what's up? First time chatting Twitch. You've been lurking and now you answer my question. I need to talk about coffee more often, I guess. What's up? How's it going? How'd you find my stuff? Amazing Little Circus? What is that? My wife is going to refill my coffee. Look at that. Browsed game dev? Like today? Like you just found my stuff today? Or was it like another day? Yeah, I don't know if we need that fill light. We do a 0.15. It might not be worth it because like the more lights you have, the more it costs performance. It does help a little bit though. Whoops! I thought I had zoning turned back on. I guess not. Zoning, there we go. Can I go to my settings real quick? Not that, that's wrong. Lighting settings and see what the cost is to have multiple directional. Actually, you might not be able to do that in URP. Let's see. Main light, cast shadows, additional lights, cast shadows. Unity URP mobile multiple directional lights shadow. Yes, by default, Unity's URP only supports one shadow casting directional light. Any additional in your scene will illuminate objects but will not cast real-time shadows. Mobile platforms rendering multiple directional shadow maps, which use expensive cascade layouts, is heavily restricted to project performance. Yeah. So yeah, so don't even need to play around with that possibility. Today, dude, that's awesome. That's so cool. Well, I'm glad I streamed today. I was very low energy this morning. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't stream, but I decided to. We have 5 viewers on YouTube? That is insane. What the heck, dude? That's not normal. Do you do game dev yourself, Namfa, or you just like watching game dev? Really need to add the background horizon. Let's see, docs fill light 1. Like, yeah, definitely need that. Yummy, yummy. Docs light 2. Yeah, probably not entirely necessary. And plus, these lights are going to show up everywhere throughout the level. I need to make them only work in the docks area. Actually, I don't mind these lights being on here either. They add to it. The final boss will not be able to chase you this far. Let's do that. 0.6, 0.1. See what that looks like. 0.6 and 0.1, because I still want to have really good contrast. Like, I want the level, I want the end of the level to be a little dimly lit. I want it to be slightly, what's the word? Not scary. Like, this lighting feels really good right here. I like this. That's good. So 0.6 and 0.1. Because if I just turn those off, yeah, see, like, that's way too dark. So that actually looks good. Because the reason why all this is looking so different now is because I changed the position of that final night light. Because the night light was facing this direction, but now it's facing that direction from over the water. Which is why we need to bring back lighting on this side, which I think we've done well. Drip could be brighter though. Let me put drip on. Yeah, so Doc's extra lighting doesn't even, we don't even use it anymore. Rampage extra lighting. Yeah, that's way too much. I think it would be wise to go in and just edit the texture. Other than ads, I like watching game dev. Okay, got it. I'm game dev one of me. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, this does feel a little dark now that I'm looking at it. Let me actually open up drip for reference so we can match the brightness levels. Drip. Am I using main body? I think I'm using version 3. Drip. Body new. Here it is. Wait, what am I using? Trip. Body new. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Version 3, okay. Let's open up version 3 in Photoshop as well. Yeah, so that's odd. Like, you can tell how much brighter that is. Yeah. So let me increase. I want to do by levels because like that's going to increase the black as well. That's just going to do contrast. Don't think I should do it that way. I should probably do, let's try brightness. That's probably it right there. 70. Let's go with that for now. File, save a copy. Rampage. Brighter. Let's call it brighter for now. Save. I'm still here at TikTok Live Studio. Just because I don't have your software at the forefront of my monitor does not mean that I'm not here. Okay, so that is done. And let's go to Rampage. There's only one Rampage material. And instead of that base map, we're going to use the brighter one. So just drag that there. Boom. Super bright. Now we can just, that Rampage extra light, turn it on, but only make it like intensity. .5 maybe? And then we can also, that's when we can also bring the player into there as well. Yeah, it's a lot better on player now too. Now they match. Rampage's boots are a little bright. If I just turn, let's see. We just do 1.3. 0.2. Feels good. Okay, so these, I think this is looking good. This is looking good, at least good enough to move forward. I need to make sure though that these dock fill lights don't, like, can't go out past the docks. So let's see. Or wait, no, I do want them. I still want them all in this area too. Looks like if I drag the player over to here, think we still want these dock fill lights. Maybe not. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Set this to 1. Gonna rename this characters, because we probably also need extra lighting on the bad guys too, the goons. So character, so docks extra fill light 1, docks extra fill light 2, character extra light. I'm gonna rename that. I don't know if we're going to rename that to character extra lighting. This will be that. These will be on default. Yes. And then rampage. Go to that. Default and character extra lighting. And drip. Oh, shipping containers. Update those to just be. Wait, what do we do with those? I think just default. Yeah. This guy. Your oldest says to leave area dark because it's nighttime. Yes. That is true. It needs to be dark, but we still need to be able to see it. That's the only thing. If it's too dark, we lose detail. We don't want to make this too scary of a game. That's good coffee. Any other coffee drinkers in the chat besides Nampha? Okay. Can I select by layer? I don't. Let me see if I can do that. Unity select all, or no, Unity view all objects in hierarchy by render layer. You can do that? Rendering layer default. Yeah, it does not work. Oh, type H. H. Yeah, it does not work. anyone know how? Ooh. Guys, we're getting advanced here. Something I've never done before. H, rendering layer, default. That is freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to search by level. Let's see what's level. That metro, that. Okay, yeah, that's everything I want on level, or need on level, I think. And then character, extra, lighting. No results found. No spaces? Character, extra, lighting. Did I spell that right? Yes. Maybe I need no spaces over here. Boop. 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 Ah! Yes, it works. But I want spaces. What if I do this? Extra character, extra lighting, and then over here. Doesn't detect it. What if I do underscore? Does that count as a space? No. Okay, so then I just need to know. From now on, don't include spaces in my layer names. Okay. Ah! Where'd it go? Okay, I lost all that. Shoot. Rendering layer. Nice. Okay. Rampage. Dude. Beautiful, but where is... I thought we put drip there too. Drip, 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 drip. Where are you? Drip, drip, drip. So that shows us, yeah, it's not the right one. So let's go to drip. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? That's what happened with your animator. Like, what is that layer controlling? I'll show you that in a second. Great question. Dreads and drip. Those all need to be on character extra lighting, not on that. Beautiful. And probably also two on the shield. Wait a second, let me move him over. Player 375. Actually, shield still looks pretty good. Like, I could put the shield in character extra lighting. Yeah, just a little bit. And then staff. Wait, shield. And shield pieces. Yeah. And then staff has a bunch of stuff. Staff. Okay, that's just the armature. Okay. And then cannon. Where's the cannon? Cannon. Default character extra lighting. Should be good. Hat is part of him. We got the hair, we got the shield, staff, cannon. Rampage has weapons. I don't have those I don't have the weapons in yet, I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Or do I? No, I don't. Don't have the weapons in yet. I'll answer your question in like 2 seconds. Let me just check this out real quick. I need to figure out why Drip is floating here. See his feet? He's floating. The lighting on the characters now looks really good. The environment looks nice. It's just dark enough to where it's dark and you know it's nighttime, but you can still see everything, so it's not too dark. Really need to get the city horizon skyline in there. It looks super good. Cool. So these extra fill lights light up everything, right? But this character extra light only does the characters, which is good. Problem is, we take the player, we go all the way back to beginning of level, and then we still have those extra lights that are still on, and we don't want them on. Actually, doesn't look too bad. And even the character extra light for that matter doesn't look bad. Maybe I could just leave them on 24/7. I need to check if they're costing us on performance or not. Yeah, I might leave these on if it's not costing us performance, because look what we get. We get some extra highlights and reflections. It helps outline stuff better, which is nice. What do you guys think? Keep the extra fill lights on throughout the whole level or off? This is with them on. This is them off. Plus the on helps in the daytime lighting because these extra fill lights have a blue filter to them, and so it adds like a subtle blue daytime sky lighting look to it. But if I turn them off, then we go back to a little touch orange. I'm gonna leave them on, honestly, and I'll check it on mobile, and if it costs us performance, then I'll turn them off. I think this is fine. And then we go to why is everything opened? Player. Dusk. I think that's it. I think that's what we're doing. That's what we gotta do. So we just leave everything on the hold time for now. History select. Okay, so I'm gonna bring these up to here. I'm going to create an empty, call it extra lighting. 0, 0, 0, and then drag those into there. Boom. Cool. Okay, question answering time. It's not big enough to read, just I've used Unity for like 8 years and seen a lot of them. Well, small that is, maybe bake into pose. We're just a bit too high in settings. No, he works fine everywhere else. It's just the dock that he's too high up in the air. It's the first time I've seen it. Let me walk over to the ground if Unity will actually play. Nope, still high. Still high. Okay, let's bring you to the beginning of the level. Whoops, not you. Player. Yeah, see, look, he's on the ground now. That's great. He's good. For some reason. Still good here. Still good here. Still good here. Now he's good. What? Restart. Now he's bad. I am very confused. Darth Bleckman, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How's it going, my friend? Okay, still above. Jump. Oh, now he's good. Why when the game starts is he above the ground? Okay, let's look at player. Trip character controller. Because the game is starting him off saying that he's grounded and I just have him too high. So when I press play, it thinks he's grounded still. So uncheck. Yeah, so it's just not doing that check on start. So I just need to make him manually a little lower. There's a better fix than that, and that is to actually adjust the script. I'm muted. Animator system. So this is just the animator in Unity. It's crazy and chaotic. This is what a lot of animation systems look like in people's Unity games. It's the worst thing about Unity, honestly. They do have something in the works, I've heard. So we are still waiting to see what that entails. But and everything you see here is just one layer, the base layer. We also have a shield layer, which isn't too crazy. Cannon, extra breathing, flight, and get hit. So multiple layers of stuff just for the main character. We have another one for the enemies. We pull up the goons, the enemies. The goon has his own animator right here. The base layer. The pew pew shooting, extra breathing. It's crazy. And it's very annoying to troubleshoot. Does that answer your question, Park Bench? The game is Tooland. It's from a comic book series called Tooland. Ashton, how's it going? Good to see you again. You started streaming today? That's awesome. Bleckman, what are you streaming? Thanks for the follow, Khalid. Means a lot. Okay, we're looking good on the lighting. What should we do next? What should we do next? Bakir, thank you so much. That means a lot. We are getting close to being done. Okay, I'm going to turn Rampage off. He needs to stop following me around. I was going to work on the metro area where Drip gets knocked out when he gets hit by the train. But I'm tempted to work on that horizon. I was gonna do like a cityscape, but we might just should have extra docks over there with shipping containers. Let me play around with that real quick. And then of course add some of these guys, duplicate. See what that feels like. Oh yeah, making games is super fun. Why is it floating? Oh, because they're flat, duh. I don't mind it. Let's make it not flat and then go from there. So instead of these, let's see. Find prefab, select asset, Instead of floor tile, I'm gonna do, maybe it is floor tile. There we go. That looks cool with the water. That looks nice. And I'll just delete all these. Delete. Duplicate. Duplicate. Okay. That's pretty cool. See how that feels. Because I think this might be it. I was gonna do like cityscape back there, but it makes it feel more like the comic book series, because like without that out there, let me show you this. Without all that out there, hold on, I gotta select all of that. I'm muted again. Sorry, guys. What I was saying was I like this because without it, I was gonna put like a cityscape to complete the city, like on the horizon. But the problem with this, like, and even if I did the cityscape on the horizon or left it like this, it just looks like we're out in the middle of a deep ocean right here. And you knock the final boss into the water, and the final boss stands up in the water at the end of the cartoon episode. Let me show you guys that scene. This is the end of the first boss fight. Doing comics. Show you guys this briefly. So you fight the final boss. And then he goes into the water right here. Oh, see, look, there is actually a cityscape back there. That's why I was thinking that. So maybe I still should do cityscape back there. I like the shipping containers though. It's fun. I could do both. Turn zoning off real quick. So water does need to be deeper here too, actually. So let me select this guy. Right there. What we could do is I could go ahead and make the underwater ground. It's not entirely necessary, but it'll help make the water look a little bit more accurate. Would you add boats? Probably not. We have that ship in the background. That's too deep. You mean like boats to drive? No, not at all. This water, like, you're not even gonna be able to go in the water in this game. The water is just... for the environment. So if I did -3, would that be too much? Yes. 2.9. I'll do 2.9. That was gonna fit. So 2.9. Oh, there's a bug in here. That's good. Waist deep. So you can't really sculpt in Unity, so I should probably do this in Blender. Again, not entirely necessary though. Oh well, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Actually, me two end levels dock. Could do that. Dock with. Do that. I don't lose interest on a project. Well, I mean, with this project, I haven't lost interest in this project. I love working on this game. It's been a lot of fun, but I am ready to be done with it because I've been working on it for a long time, and there's so many other things I want to be working on. So, yeah. I mean, if you love what you do, you're not really gonna lose interest, and that's how it is for me. Like I've loved doing. Oh, it's supposed to be 4.4. Shoot. Dock, open with 4.4. I've been doing stuff in Blender. I've been doing 3D since I was like 13, 14 years old. So I've done it for so long, 20 years now, because I just love doing it. Okay, this bug is really bugging me. Close. Oh, we can close Photoshop too. Always bouncing around projects. I mean, I'm kind of the same way too. It's a problem I have. But I mean, this is a project I'm getting paid for, so can't really bounce away from it. With ideas is impossible. I'm pretty good at coming up with ideas. Finishing them, that's the hard part. Amir, I use Unity. I've never touched Unreal in my life. Okay, so let's add this ground to the underground. Let's add the underwater ground. We're low on our Twitch viewers today. That's kind of sad. It's usually the opposite. Okay. Shift S, cursor to world origin. Shift A, mesh plane. Scale, scale, scale. This is about where we start. We don't need to go out too far with the water. Shift S, cursor selected. Okay, come on, 3D cursor, there we go. About like, because we never even see past this. Not even gonna go that wide, I don't think. I'll do it. I'll go wide. Okay. And then we are lower. I can always adjust the height of this in Unity, but right now I just want to get the general feel for where the ground is. I'm actually just going to duplicate this so I have some reference of where the water is. Dude, why is this so slow to make a material? What is going on? Water. Boop. Underwater ground. Okay. Let's make this semi-transparent. Shading. Where did it go? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. We're not in cycles, are we? No, we're in EV. Okay. There we go. Okay. 0.2 for water, just so we can see. I could actually add a volume to this just for funsies. We won't do that. So pretty much all I want to do is I want to, and I don't want to make this too high poly, so I'm just going to subdivide this about, honestly, probably about like that. Okay. And then as we go further out, I want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. So switch to this, proportional editing, smooth, connected only, medium point. Scale that sphere up, so then we do a little bit something like this, like a real ocean. Okay, we need the view. Been a while. I've been working in Unity so much lately. Dude, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's not in the camera settings. Oh, dummy view. It's in view. Clip end. There we go. 10,000 or 100,000, whatever. Okay. Losing my mind. And then also let's take these edges down. Oh, that's probably not accurate because like this dock does come out, but like this, the ground is right there. So I'm actually gonna leave that or do one less or two less, and then those can go kind of like that. We'll do that. Should be fine. Shade smooth. That should be good enough for what we need. We honestly don't even need this. It's just me being extra. Okay, apply scale. Can hide that water because we're not exporting that. I'm gonna rename this underwater ground. I'll keep the name of the material, that's fine. Okay, so file, export, FBX. Underwater ground. Use game files Unity, export, go into Unity, and then in our, everything's opened. In our models doc, we have, shoot. I exported only selected, right? Underwater ground, export. Yeah, selected objects. Underwater ground. Oh, it's an E to an, oh, I gotta move it over first, sorry. Underwater ground copy. Tooling mobile game. Tooling assets. Models. Paste. Now it's in here. Yep. And then let's drag it in. Beautifully terrible. Look how beautifully terrible that is. Beautifully terrible. Okay. So underwater ground. I'll extract materials. That's fine. Assets. Materials. Select. Okay. Underwater ground. First off, it is way too big. What did I do with dock? Dock object. We did 0.4. I wish you could copy these settings and paste them elsewhere, but you can't. Oh, wait, you can. Okay, so you can copy one at a time, but you can't copy the whole thing, unfortunately. Scale factor 0.4. Underwater ground. Scale factor 0.4. Apply. Dock. Everything else is the same. Cool. Let me type in dock and see what we did for that. Dock, just -90. Okay. Underwater ground. -90 on the Y. That's about where we were, wasn't it? Oh no, went all the way to the end. Yeah, so I could just copy the dock position and that should match up. Maybe. Actually, no, it won't. Dock. Let me copy that just for funsies and see what we get. Dock. Yeah, definitely not it. Let's just move. Oh, wait, was it it? Doesn't matter. It can be whatever we want, wherever we want it to be. So this is the underwater. We can move it down. Let's move it so the top is right where our previous underwater ground is, right there. Beautiful. Now, this cube is test sand. So let's see. I'm just gonna copy that, copy, paste, 0 and 0, 0 and 0. Everything else the same. I can delete test sand, and I can delete this cube. Beautiful. Now we have that. I'm gonna put that underwater ground in the dock folder, I think. Because why not? Keep things organized, right? Cool. So without it, yeah, that does hardly anything. If I brought it higher, it would make a lot more sense. Because now you can see like it's brighter up towards the shallower part. This looks so cool. Like this makes me want to make a game, like an open world game where you can walk in water or and like traverse water. Like that would be super cool. Yeah, this would be super shallow. We also need a mesh collider on this so we can walk on it. Let's test it out. You'll totally play this? Dude, love it. Please do. My client only contracted me to build level 1 for this game, so if we get a lot of like playthroughs of this game and a lot of good reviews on the app stores, then my client will be much more inclined to pay me to make level 2 and level 3 and so on. So please do, guys, please do. Nice. And we should get deeper and deeper. Yeah, look at that. That's fun. Even though it's not necessary, it's there. It's still fun. That's cool. Love to see it. Awesome. Love it. Looks good. I could make the water. Let me adjust the water real quick. So vertical depth. So much of this plugin is just playing around with the settings. I only got this plugin last night, so. Pretty sure it was in the coloring. Yes, receive shadows, because without it looks like that. Yeah. You can see it in game. Yeah, it looks good down there. I don't want to make it any darker, I don't think. Yeah, it's too dark. Yeah, that looks good. 0.3 is good. Sparkles. No sparkles. Cool. We're looking good. We're looking good. I just need to figure out on that horizon if we're going to do cityscape or this stuff here. Let me try some cityscape stuff real quick. Let me make sure all the windows are on. I'll leave them off for now. Let me just take a few of these buildings. Duplicate them. Go in the far distant background. Let's all share a Y. Where are they? They are not visible. And there they are. Boom. So I could just fake it, like bring them in, but shrink them. Then select all these. I'm actually gonna move, no, I'll just turn them off. Yep. And then let's set the light. Still can't see the lights back there. I'm definitely gonna do an image back there. I don't think we need actual 3D buildings. But I just want to see what this looks like. Looks quite terrible, honestly. I don't think we're seeing any of the lights on the buildings because the fog is too strong. If I did fog density 0, yeah, now we see it. I think I like this end of level without fog. I think fog was like muddying things up too much. Maybe it's just the color. Nope, not the color. That looks terrible too. The water looks so beautiful. That sky back there, the horizon's only gonna work if there's a lot more of them. This is gonna like tank performance if I do this in real life, but I just want to see what it looks like. Hey, I want everything selected. There we go. There's so many buildings back there. Way too many. Let's make the brightness a little bit lower. Or all the way off. Yeah, definitely just lower, I think. That's not bad. That's better, making it less yellow. This is URP, Goshi. URP. This game is for mobile, so it has to be URP. Yeah, I'm thinking I like the cityscape back there a lot. We definitely need some grounds. Like, it just looks like they're coming up out of the water, which we can't do. But I like seeing a cityscape back there. We need to make it an image, though. Having actual geometry for all the buildings back there is super overkill, and that's going to hurt performance unnecessarily. Let me try adjusting the fog real quick. And it's too bright back there at the horizon, I feel like. Let me adjust that. Night settings. Night. What did I set it to? Night ground color. Night ground color gradient. Nope, that's not it. Sky tint, nope. Black for now. That's nice. All these values are like, you gotta be super subtle with them. The problem with the problem with the window system in this city pack is that all the light, you either have all the windows on or off, and that's just not very realistic. So I need to make my own image of buildings that only have some lights on or off. And then if I did bring all those buildings a little bit higher. Whoa. What we need is, let me turn the dock stuff back on. So we have city and docks. But in building floors, no, where was it? Oh, these guys. Turn those on, boop. So now we both have extra docks there and city in the background. Looks pretty good. Could even probably get rid of some and see through to the city like that. Probably overkill, but we could put another boat over there. Douche. That actually looks pretty good. That looks pretty freaking sweet. do you guys think? Yay, nay? Thanks, Mocap, it means a lot. Whoa. Maybe if we pushed this further back or closer to it? No, not closer for sure. No, wrong way. I feel like that feels better because then it feels like there's multiple layers to this. That feels pretty cool. I like that though too. Shoot. What do you guys think? I get the volumetric light theories like that in Streetlight and URP, one of my latest issues. Could you answer, please? Yes, Goshi, I could answer that. You should actually watch my stream that I did right before this one. So the previous stream actually talked about how I built this fake volumetric light system, and I'm going to, my plan is to release it on the Unity Asset Store, so stay tuned. While you are waiting for that, let me just go ahead and end that. While you're waiting for that, there is actually, you can actually get volumetric lighting in Unity. Let me see, Window, Package Manager, in URP. And that is project. This right here. Look up, or I'll just show you the link. Documentation. It's on GitHub. Here, this right here. Just look up, and I just found this a few days ago because I was about to use it, and I was like, I don't want to do that. So here's long story short. There's a few different ways you can get volumetric lighting in Unity URP. This is one of those ways, and it's free. It's on GitHub. It's called Unity URP Volumetric Light by Christian Q, and it's free. Just follow his tutorial that he has for it, and you can get volumetric lighting in Unity URP. And I'm going to show you what that looks like right here, what his lights will look like. I just turn this on because I still have this in here. I'm going to use this as reference for when I make the asset. Where are we? Spotlight. Oh, it's on. Sorry. Global. Okay. So this is what you'll get. This is, whoa. This right here is what you'll get. This is an actual volumetric light in Unity URP, okay? And then you also have your global volume. You have the volumetric fog right here, and you can set like the quality and everything. So that's what his plugin comes with. It essentially enables volumetric lighting inside URP because by default it's disabled because it's only reserved for HDRP. So I got to thinking. So I started doing this. I started implementing all these real volumetric lights in the game. But this game is for mobile, and I want it to be as performant as possible. So even though this plugin does let you have volumetric lighting in your URP game, it is still going to have a performance cost, especially if your game is on mobile. This game is for mobile. I didn't want to hurt performance, but I still wanted volumetric lighting. So I built my own fake volumetric lighting system, which you see right here. And I honestly think that this fake volumetric lighting system that I've built looks better than real volumetric lights in Unity. So essentially what the system is it's just flat objects, okay? But with some scripting magic and some shader magic, I've made it so that it works and looks and behave like a real volumetric light. So even when the character intersects with it, it will still look like a volumetric light. So let me bring him over there. I went over all this in much more detail on the last stream, so go watch that if you want more info. But I'll just briefly show you this. So typically what you would have, and I ran into this problem as I was developing this past week, was typically what you have if you do this system, okay, is that this fake volumetric light, it would look like this. Boost it up so we can see better. This is what would happen. As your character goes in and out of this fake volumetric light, that happens. Because it's just a mesh, it's just a flat plane, right? It intersects with the character so you see it in front or behind. Now that might work for some games, but I wanted to make it behave like real volume. So with some shader magic, I made it so that it checks the depth. It does a depth texture pass, so then you can actually fade that intersection point. See that? So anytime something intersects with that mesh, it will show a fade around that intersection point. So then your character can go in and out of it. Now, of course, it could probably be faded even more to look even better. So I just bump that up more. It works even better. So then your character can actually interact with it. So this is URP, super performant. Like it's not even a blip on performance at all, because all it is a mesh with very low geometry with a shader on it. That's all it is. And then if you want more than 3 in the script that I have, you can adjust that. So there's a lot of stuff you can adjust. There's some depth layers, so just one is just one, obviously. And then you can go up from there in odd numbers, and that does everything in between. And the cool thing, this extra cool thing about this is that with this fake volumetric light system, is that this can only work really for a cone shape, right? But this system that I've built is you can change, let me go back a lot because I want to go back to the original settings that I had. Okay. Select, set position, move. Okay, that's fine. Good. So because this is a mesh, you can change the width of it, and this is where it gets really powerful. You can change the top width of the light, right? And of course the bottom width, so how much it fans out. And you can change like so many different settings of like with the look of it. So let me show you how this is super powerful. So if I take my player, or if we just go to the metro area, in this metro, I have these wide ceiling lights, okay? So same system, because this fake volumetric light is a mesh, I can just change the top width And that was how I was able to make it go the width of the light. See? So if you don't have that and you just use the, so let me turn this off for that light. Go into this light, and if I was to do the real volume light, volumetric additional light, that's what you get. And that's the extent of what you get. You can't have the volumetric light extend the width of the shape of the light. You just can't do it. But with this fake system, you can. So I'm super, super pumped about this system. It works fantastic. The only caveat so far is that it's not going to work well if it's like a full 3D open world game where you can go multiple different angles like this, because that's what it's going to look like from the side. But if you have a game like mine where it's side scroller, still 3D, but side scroller, it works fantastic. There are some ideas I'm toying with in my mind to be able to make this work also for full 3D games where you can view it nicely from the side, but have not built that yet. This is only a few days old, but yeah, that's it. Eternal Divine Fox, what's up? Welcome. First time chat in Twitch. Thanks for being here. How'd you find my stuff? Garrett, thanks for the rose, means a lot. I just now saw that gift. I'm so sorry, Garrett. You sent that like 20 minutes ago. I'm so sorry about that. Looks amazing, man. Good job. We'll definitely check it. Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, I want to polish. I probably shouldn't do that. I want to polish it up a bit before I put it on the Unity Asset Store, but every time I say stuff like that, I never end up publishing it. So I just need to publish it. Make a video for it, put it on the Asset Store, and let people grab it. Yeah, if you want more info, if you want to see like what all the settings on the script do, you can go back and check my last stream. Go over the whole thing. Okay. So what I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to turn these on. I'm going to add a new parent. We're going to say BG doc. Add those in, actually. Where is that? That's there, that's fine. Bring those into there. And then I need to, it's not dock, it's not floor and roads. Buildings? No. Detail shipping containers, okay. Turn these back on. And then I'm gonna move them actually to BG dock. Move BG dock up to there. Cool. Those are all layered default. Okay, cool. So now I can turn that off, on. The Burrito Lion, thanks for the heart me, man. It means a lot. And the city back there, we're gonna need to make it an image. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of those buildings. So I'm not gonna have actual geometry back there. Cool. Whoa. How'd you find my stuff, Eternal Divine Fox? Welcome to chat. Software, ABD, game dev, category. ABD, what is ABD? I probably meant software and. Awesome. So you just opened software and game dev and then found my stream? That's crazy. I want to do that. I want to test that out. Twitchity Twitch. Browse. Oh, that's not how you spell software. Software. It's not in a category. Software. What? I'm so confused. Okay, let's go to my channel, then software and game development. Where does mine show up? You probably went to software and game development, scrolled to the absolute bottom, and that's how you found my. Is that how you found my stuff? See how far down I am. Let me show you guys this. So here's software and game dev. These people have 200 viewers, and I'm at like what on Twitch? 3? Six. Oh, gotcha. Stream Focus show events like subs, follows, TikTok. It does. Yes, it does. See, look, I'm using it right now. Oh, wait, you're on TikTok, so you can't see. Here, I'll move this right here so you can see. This is Stream Focus. See that right there? I think it's even bigger so you can see it better. Can you see that? See this at the top? This is showing the gifts that I've gotten in TikTok, on TikTok, this stream. I got a heart me and a rose and a heart me. Set that back to 1. Whoa, that's not right. Yeah, my day's been good so far. Thanks, Burrito Line. Means a lot. I'm a little low energy this morning. It's 12:40. I probably should go eat lunch. Yes, Burrito Line. It does indeed. I'm not streaming to both YouTubes. Both YouTubes. I'm not streaming to both horizontal and vertical right now, but it does. So again, I'll show you this right here. So down here in YouTube, if I started streaming to vertical, I could press check channel again. It would track both of my YouTube streams, the horizontal and the vertical. And it would show this icon that you see here for horizontal, and it would show the vertical shorts icon for vertical. It actually, like, it works absolutely fantastic. There's a few things. There's some buggy things in Stream Focus still, but the YouTube implementation works really, really, really well. And then, so again, I'm only streaming to horizontal right now, but if you're streaming to both horizontal and vertical, it'll still show the combined viewer count right here for the YouTube count, but then when you click it, it will split it into your horizontal viewer count and your vertical viewer count. It's actually really cool and it works really nicely. I can't say that about every single thing in Stream Focus, but the YouTube implementation, I can tell you it works fantastic. Let me see if I can find a video showcasing that for you on my X. Let's see. Home. Why can't I see my profile? Oops, over here. I'm gonna show you a video real quick. Hang tight. Okay, why can't I just go to... Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Stream info for Twitch. Stop. Oh, it was way before that. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It was a while back. Here it is. You mute my music. Just let me know if you guys can't hear this. Type in your channel name, enter, boom, checking for live streams. Guys, I'm dual streaming right now to YouTube, horizontal and vertical. Look at that. Let me make this a little bit flashier for you guys, okay? I'm gonna type in this channel called Lo-Fi Girl. This is a music channel. It has like 20. This channel right here, Lo-Fi Girl, has like 20 live streams at once. Check that out. Look at that. Streamvoke is connected to 17 live streams at once, that they're all live on that same channel. And then it shows the combined viewer count. You see that? And now it's showing a horizontal stream and a vertical stream combined up here. And then you click on it, and it splits it. You follow Rex? Yes, please do. Do I need to log in? Yes. So, well, currently. I'll show you this again. So, you do need to log in on the Twitch implementation, and you need to log. No, you don't need to log in. So yes, there is no. The only login that we have right now is for Twitch. We don't have login for YouTube or TikTok. You can connect to anyone's stream if you really want to on Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok. But yeah, you only need to log in for the Twitch one. I am going to be adding login soon to both TikTok and YouTube, because when you're logged into these, it will allow us to do a lot more features. So like right now in Stream Focus, a big annoyance is that you can't type into your own chat. You can't send a message as the streamer, as the person using Stream Focus. You can't send a message to these chats. But to be able to do that, I have to add login to YouTube and TikTok. I could add it to Twitch right now because we already do login, but YouTube and TikTok, you can't send a message to your own chat from Stream Focus unless you're logged in. So I'll need to add that soon. And there's some other features too like that we only get with login. But for now, yeah, there's no login for YouTube or TikTok, only Twitch. Yes, mod controls as well. So we don't have mod controls yet, but that's another thing. Once I have login for all three platforms, then we'll be able to delete messages and mod and all that type of stuff from within Stream Focus, which I'm really excited about. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna call it for today. I need to go eat lunch and then keep working after lunch today. It was a good stream. It's a good stream. It's a good stream. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for all the new people that joined today. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the gifts again, everyone. And thanks for hanging out with me today. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna do a Twitch raid today because it looks like I only have one viewer, unfortunately, but on Twitch. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining. Pixel Fire over and out. Bye, guys.